And something tells me this is really about her walking away from somebody that she probably was in love with. We have the King of Wands here, and you know that speaks to a lot of sexual energy. Sometimes it can speak to somebody who's very domineering. It can speak to somebody who's possibly controlling. King of Wands is kind of up there, maybe a little demure in energy from the Emperor, if you ask me. Hello everyone, I am LotusMaje. If you are new here, welcome, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for the views. It's been a minute since I've been back. I don't know if you probably can tell, even with my voice now, I got hit with really bad allergies and I was just not feeling myself. And on top of taking like the drugs and everything that I was taking to like knock out the allergies or at least make myself somewhat productive through the allergy fog, I just was like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to read cards because I feel like crap and I sound like crap and I just wasn't presentable. But now here I am back. Sorry I've been away for a minute. If you've seen the Lake Lanier video, which I'll tag up here, I did that one just in between time, but yeah, I was like, that's the only one I felt comfortable. I started recording so many videos and then I just let them go into the stash because I was just like, yeah, I'm not sounding too good on this. I even tried to do one on Burner Boy and I had to put that one in the stash. I may have to redo that one, but yeah, that won't be coming up this week. But let me know if you would like to see me do a reading on Burner Boy because I know he's like a big thing now. So it'll be awesome to do one on him. But in lieu of that, as you see with this video title and with this thumbnail, we are doing a reading on Tinashe. I love Tinashe. I loved her since her first album, Aquarius, came out. It was so unfortunate that RCA fumbled the bag with her and she, you know, had to leave because they just wasn't respecting her creative direction that she was going in. I mean, even a lot of her other, like, I would say, underground albums such as Night Ride, Joy Ride. I feel like I'm forgetting another one in there too. I remember Night Ride, Joy Ride, and there was another one in there. And then one she did before this one, I think it's called BB Angel, is this current album that she's released. And I think it was on iTunes like top 50 or something like that, top 50, top 60. So it's glad to see her doing a comeback, especially in the age of Aquarius, because I remember she was like the first person that got me into a lot of that. Like, I'm telling you, Aquarius, if you haven't heard her first album, Aquarius, go back to it. It's no skips. Like, you listening to it all the way through, no skips. Like, only one I would skip is 2 On. I felt like she did that as a commercial one to get people in. I skipped 2 On. Everything else, bop, play it all the way through. Still a favorite. So I'm glad to see her coming back. And so now I'm just want to do a reading on her because I know she's had kind of like the last big thing I remember Tinashe being stuck in was when everyone was clowning her about the whole, was it Kendall taking her basketball player boyfriend and she was like acting like, or she was coming off as a crazy stalker girlfriend. And it's kind of like she went into sort of like obscurity after that. It wasn't too much that people reported on her. So if her love life comes up in this, fine. But I really just want to see what her career is really going to have in hope, you know, in stock for her, what's going to be ahead for her when it comes to her career, if her love life, if finances or something like that comes out. I'm not in control of that. We're just going to see what we get. Okay, so something funny happened, so I have to redo this disclaimer. So, as you see by these tarot cards here, everything else that I just said does not clue you into what this channel is about, what I do, why you're here. This is a tarot channel. Yes, if you are somebody who get annoyed with things like astrology, divination, cartomancy, numerology, astrology, fortune telling, anything of the sort, palmistry, bone reading, I don't care what it is. If you are someone whose spirit is disturbed by that, you don't believe in it, it's against your religious beliefs, now is the moment for you to click off of this video. Thank you for coming in for the view, but sayonara, you know, take care, see you. But you know, I'm sure it's something else on YouTube you could probably get into. But in the meantime, everyone else who is okay with this and you already know what this is about, I just want to point your eyes down to the bottom of the screen here. You can also see it in my description box down below, and I'm stating it verbally now for you all to hear, that all statements made in this video are alleged for entertainment purposes only. This is not something you should take as like gospel. I know the whole sacrilege of me saying that, but it's not something you should take as gospel. It's not something you should take as truth. These are all, you know, speculation. These are things based off of my tuition. These are things that are, you know, maybe rumored, hearsay, those kind of things. So don't take it as like, oh, she spoke it and it's gonna happen. That's just not how it happens. If that's what you think this is, you are using at least my tarot readings, you are using them wrongly, because that's not what they are. It's really just reading off of the energies in the moment. So things can change, and you know, sometimes it's a good thing that things change based off of what I was reading on. So with all of that being said, let's get into this reading. So have any of you had a chance to give Tinashe's album a listen? So far, and Needs are like the two runners for me. They're like the best ones on the album. I know she put out something before Needs that was pretty good, but I'm not recalling the name right now. I'm blanking on it. But Needs and are the two for me. It's one more song on there. I have to look at the song list, but it's one more song on the album that I really like. This isn't probably one of her stronger projects to me. I think it's probably like 3 or 4 songs on this one that I really like, but let me know what you all think about her album. What do you all think about Tinashe? And if you see some ashes fall, it's just from my incense. So we want to get into this. What's going on with Tinashe? What's going to be coming up for Tinashe? Okay, or am I getting one more out of this? What's coming up for Tinashe? Okay, I don't know if these should be red or these should be red. So I'm going to stuff them back in here because I don't know if they should be coming out. Spirit, am I allowed one more card for Tinashe? One more card? No? That's it? That's all we're getting? All right, that was it. Oh, okay. Maybe I should move this in a little bit. So oddly enough, we have the Devil in reverse, which I guess you could say is a good thing. It's releasing of old habits, of yeah, just like a releasing of old habits, codependencies that you may have. It may be releasing some freedoms, it may be some change and things like that, stepping into some change, not trying to avoid that. Addictions, it may be stepping away from a lot of that. So it's kind of good that she does have the Devil in reverse here. And then we also have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. And something tells me this is really about her walking away from somebody that she probably was in love with. We have the King of Wands here, and you know that speaks to a lot of sexual energy. Sometimes it can speak to somebody who's very domineering. It can speak to somebody who's possibly controlling. King of Wands is kind of up there, maybe a little demure in energy from the Emperor, if you ask me. But it's up there in the same thing. This is somebody who's probably like very charismatic, very easygoing, very spontaneous, I would like to say, is kind of like the energy that you would get with this. They're probably somebody who's like very active as well with the King of Wands. So this project, and it kind of makes sense with this project, is kind of brought up from that energy that she has going on here, because pretty much that's what it's talking about. So I think this is kind of like the creative space, the creative energy she's in right now with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Wands in reverse, and the Devil in reverse. The Devil does boil down to 6 as well, because it's originally 15. I also wonder if this is something to do with kind of like, I don't know how many of this is going to go off into the woo-woo talk. I don't know how many of you kind of believe in, with this age of Aquarius, that there's a lot of things there's a lot of curtains that are like kind of coming down when it comes to the public. A lot of people are looking for the real, for the truth. They don't want to be fed kind of like falsehoods, fakery, illusions. They don't want to be, they don't kind of want to be, they don't pretty much don't want the wool pulled over their eyes anymore. They're kind of like peeking through it. They just shave through this wool. They're lifting it up. They don't know, they no longer want the shades there. They want to see all of it, the good, bad, and the ugly. So I wonder if this is also some of that energy that she's kind of like tapping into now, where people is actually starting to realize and recognize her true talent, because, you know, people are on the search for like the real. And she hasn't really changed much, if you ask me. It's still very, even from YouTube, Tinashe. Yes, she used to be a YouTuber. She used to put things out on YouTube. Even from like YouTube, Tinashe, who used to do covers or like promote her own individual songs and things like that, projects she used to do. A lot of that has really changed. She hasn't really, excuse me, even from a lot of the personal things that she used to do on YouTube, from those days, Tinashe, to now, I feel like a lot of it hasn't, a lot of her true authenticity hasn't changed. Her true artistry hasn't changed. She's pretty much been consistent. But let's see here. Let's see what else we're going to get about Tinashe. And I haven't heard about her being with anyone else or being intimate with anyone else. So I'm pretty surprised by this King of Wands. So we're going to note these. We have the North Node, Cancer, 11th house. And then we have Aries. Here we go again. Aries in reverse. Ooh. Destiny and the Edge. We're going to note those, or we're going to go back into this. Below. She's let some things go. And she's really tapping into it. Okay, this Moon for the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so this one's a bit confusing to me, because I want to say it's like, okay, she's not going to make money by tapping into her true feelings or her true self, but then it could also be a thing of like, I don't know, maybe like what she's been exchanging in the past or something like that is not going to work for now. There's still some like, maybe there's somebody like in the background that's keeping her from like really making the money and stuff that she needs. Yeah, that could be the thing. Like, someone is probably trying to stop her shine because she didn't pay to play. She turned them down. So Jupiter expansion. Well, why this Knight of Wands is here? I wonder if there's is this someone who kind of took her out her comfort zone a little bit? And then we have Sylph, because Tinashe isn't a fire sign, is she? I don't think she is. With a lot of this like fiery energy, and then with like the first house Self coming up, makes me feel like she's like an Aries or a Leo, or she was messing around with somebody who was kind of like an Aries or a Leo, somebody who was very much about themselves, very selfish, very like to put their best foot forward, in a sense, when it comes to the way they present themselves and how people take them in. What was the underlying card here? The Emperor in reverse. Who is this man that's in the shadows here, or that she walked away from? See, and it's somebody who was like rocking her world, or who was changing her world, expanding it. Somebody who was kind of like either her creative muse, or someone who was really like helping her out, or someone who gave her like a heartbreak. I'm not sure if this is business or romance. I try to tell people all the time, for me, it's kind of hard to discern the difference between business and romantic feelings. And okay, so it's somebody she walked away from. It has to be somebody she walked away from. And there was some real tension there. Look at this. You have the Knight of Cups under here, the Queen of Wands. You have the Ten of Wands in reverse. You have the Page of Cups and the Emperor in reverse. And then what else is there? Eight of Swords. Somebody was really somebody had Tinashe in a chokehold, honey. Allegedly. Respectfully. I hope so, Tinashe, respectfully. They had you in a chokehold. Let's see if we can get some more clarity on this here. I think this person, whatever this heartbreak that she's finally like letting go of, walking away from. Okay, what is this? Bullseye focus. Yeah, she wasn't focused. She didn't have her eye on the prize here. She got deterred a little bit. Oop. Okay, the way that just flew out. Okay, we keeping you, Firefly Wonder. Okay. Crystal's achievement. Okay, yeah, Lotus Flower wanted to come out. Enlightenment. Something else in Chite. I read dice and chance together and said Chice. She's oh Lord. Chice. Okay, wait, and what was the underlying card here? Angel numbers, confirmation. Yeah, what I'm getting from this is Tinashe got involved with someone who was kind of like blocking her financially. I don't know whether it was creatively, if it really was just being nasty and just like interrupting her flow here, like not letting her kind of like create, or trying to block her actual job, like letting her do things right, whatever it is. And I think for whatever reason, she didn't let this person go, or she couldn't see that this person was to blame, or what kept her from like advancing. And until she kind of released this person, until she has released this person, or until she did release this person, she hasn't really been like kind of like getting back into herself. And that don't mean like going back to her old ways, because you can't get that person back. You're somebody new now. You've experienced something new. You've got those scars. You've had the experience. It's now a part of you. It's a part of your shield. It's a part of your armor. It's a part of your everyday wear. Whether that is physically, mentally, emotionally, it's part of you now. And so you're gonna have to move forward with it. So I don't think she can ever go back to like the old her, but she's kind of evolved from that. And whoever this person was, until she lets them go, or until she did let them go, she's not gonna really see true success. And that don't mean in the sense of like, oh, the public is going to appreciate you, the public is going to want you back, the public is going to have your back. She's going to be back into like Hollywood and like with the A-listers and stuff like that. You know, screw that. I don't think she needs all that. I think she's okay being an independent artist as she is now and having the creativity that she does. But I think she just kind of like won't experience kind of like being aligned, being whole again until this person or this energy that is around her that's kind of like been blocking her is removed. And then also with the dice and the chance here, it also makes me, with the mirror here, with the dice, it makes me feel like she's reflecting or looking back at something. And until she take a chance and just like stop looking back and just keep going forward, she won't really see the whole picture. Everything won't become clear to her, if that makes sense. Yeah, there's a sense of wonder here that has yet to kind of like been fully tapped into, or she's just kind of like at the cusp of it. I think she's like at the edges of discovering it. I think she has a little more ways to go. I don't think this will be the end of what we hear from Tinashe. I think this is a good comeback for her. Maybe this is kind of like the pat on the back she kind of needs to continue. But yeah, I think she still has some hurdles to kind of like overcome. There's still some learning and growing and healing that she has to go through. But I think once she gets through that process, I think we're going to see and hear more awesome music and work from her, you know, bodies of work. And I hope we do, because she's like very talented. She writes her own songs. I think she also produces, doesn't she? I believe I think she's part of the creative director when it comes to her videos. And she's a natural dancer. She's like very talented. If you all are not familiar with Tinashe, for those who are not familiar with Tinashe, think of her as a earlier version of Doja Cat. Think of her as an earlier version of Doja Cat, but with less demonic energy. Or more originality. I know that probably just offended some Doja Cat fans, but I don't mean it in a shady way, but I just say more originality. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for Tinashe. You all listen to her album. This is not an endorsed reading, mind you. I just really want y'all to listen to her project, because people should be supporting real talent, and people should really support talent like hers, because it's so good. So definitely listen to her latest album. This is what I have on Tinashe right now. Let me all know what you think down in the comment section below. Is there something here that I read or mentioned here that you could probably enlighten us on a bit more? I'm waiting to see, because I don't really try to keep up with all the celebrity gossip. I just try to go with the flow of it all. So with that, if you like this reading, give this reading a thumbs up. If you would like to see more readings like this, make sure you hit that notification bell and that subscribe button so you can see the next time I upload, and just kind of go through and see what I have so far. If you have a request for any videos, again, put that down in the comment section below, because I will more than likely check it on YouTube more than I would anything else. Don't send it via email. I have enough emails to go through. So with all of that, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.